Okay?
Ja, it's okay. I'll take it as something to get.
Alright. Close that door.
See you up here.
What's up, guys? So, another live stream as promised. I was trying to do one last night, but I had stuff to do on top of everything else. And hopefully I can do one tomorrow, a live stream Saturday, and maybe Saturday get that wet ice video chopped up for you. Obviously, if you're watching this, you'll be watching it sort of later on, and you'll be getting this. It won't be live. You'll be getting it sort of second hand, but never worry. There's always more live streams to come and more new videos to come, of course. So, just in the background, just another sort of couple of clips of older videos. But yeah, the title basically sort of says plasterers are elite warriors, as most plasterers really are. Plasterers do large areas by hand. And what's up, DMA plastering buddy? So I hope you like the title of this live stream, as you know why it's titled like that, because boys like you doing big ceilings solo. There's many plasterers out there doing 3-4 bag hits, and maybe have to do 3 bags on their own with no labour, and obviously you gotta set that up and you gotta clean it up after yourself. You have to leave the place cleaner, then you found it, which many plasterers will agree with me there too, is even on build sites that don't always be clean when you enter the job, but nearly probably 98% plasterers will leave it cleaner than what it was when they got there. So I'm sure I'll get a lot of agreeing comments with that. But I know a lot of people say bricklaying is the hardest as well, but I think it can be tough as well, because most time, bricklaying is always outside unless you land a lucky job in a big warehouse somewhere that way. Yeah. So DMA is just saying that it's the cleaning that gets him. Definitely, because when you're cleaning, it's at the end of the day, so you're tired, you're maybe a bit fed up, you've already did all your graft and your hard work, you're sweating on the ceiling. Like you say there, you've got to be quick to get the job done to a high standard, but you also got to be taking your time to leave it at a high standard. But obviously cleaning also leaves the job to a high standard, so you gotta have some effort there, but that's when you're starting to run out of steam, run out of gas. So you are definitely feeling the effects of the day, and cleaning up, just nobody likes cleaning up. Ask a chef. All chefs love to cook, but do they like to clean? Definitely not. And quite right to say clean as you go, buddy. Definitely makes for an easier life ahead. For example, even cleaning out your buckets as you go, your drill, your board, your hawk, your trowel, keeping all your tools clean as well will just speed you up later on in the day. And if you do make a bit of a spill of water or skim, get it cleaned up, just because it'll be easier later if it's cleaned up now, but also because a cleaner area is a safer area. You don't want to slip, you want somebody else to slip, you don't want no trips, and that's just sort of, it's common sense, but obviously you gotta sort of keep it in mind when you're working, just sort of things like that. What's up, Jimbo, buddy? If horses could plaster, it probably would kill them, because we'd want them to have a trowel on every hoof and hoofing it on. Oh dear, I didn't say a joke. But yeah. But even like plasterers, labourers get it tough, guys, as well. I know plasterers, you know, labourers get their breaks, but you know, you're thinking of sand and cement on nearly all them sites. I know a lot of sites don't do sand and cement, especially England and stuff. But when you're thinking of sand and cement, it's just a workhorse job, that carrying buckets up and down stairs, pushing wheelbarrows, constantly cleaning, you know, making sure windows are clean, sockets are nice and clean. Definitely, they would be cleaning would be the easier part, but mulling it all in, definitely tough. Not sure many people here from Ireland in the live stream or that actually watch the channel. But I should have actually talked about this earlier. But earlier in the week there was a big crack in Monaghan. It sort of went through a football club, a GAA club, right through the building, cracked the building pretty much in half, cracked the pitch, big wide crack. Like if you walked in it, it'd probably disappear. And they said, but listen to this, they said that it was caused from an old gypsum mine, which is obviously that's a plaster mine. So I don't know whether, you know, they didn't fill the mine in before they built on this area and it all just collapsed back in even more, or there was just some areas that, you know if you're filling in voids, there might be big air pockets still. Not sure if anybody's heard any of that there, but if you get a bit of time, it's pretty interesting to think that, you know, a mine left a crack, but the mine was to do with plaster. You know, it's a wee bit, you know, plaster's meant to fill cracks and not leave them. Just thought it was interesting. If you labour on like 5 to 6 braids, yeah, LOL rendering is the one. Need a good labour for that. Yeah, definitely, man. A good labourer will make a plasterer's life easier, of course. Even a good apprentice. But don't see a hell of a lot of young guys on sites these days. It's a tough game to want to get into, definitely. Definitely is, especially outside. Outside's, you got the bad weathers. You're always thinking about rain, too much. You know, plasterers are never happy when it comes to outside because too much heat, too much sun. You don't want it. Too much rain, ice. You don't want it. You don't want snow. You don't want any of that stuff. And of course, you know, me when I'm working outside, I like a sort of a bright, cloudy sort of day. Not obviously not too bright, but bright enough you can see all your work good. Sort of about the way it is now. It's maybe a bit brighter. It's kind of the way I like the outside's the best. That way. But definitely, what do you guys think? Sand and cement, ceilings, plasterboarding's not easy either. And some plasterboarders whip through houses. I've seen plasterboarders boarding out 3 houses, just 2 men, boarding out 3 houses on the way home at 3 o'clock, and that is really sharp, that's quick. Do leave a mess behind. I must say, most quick boarders leave messes behind. A lot of screws, a lot of cuttings, a lot of waste. Maybe the odd screw not fully in, trowel rackers I call them. But lifting boards above your head, not easy. Even the small ceilings, anything above your head's hard. That way. So what do you think? Plasterboarding, skimming ceilings, balding, skimming ceilings, floating out. It's all pretty tough. Yeah. After 3 attempts. Yeah, well, I wouldn't be the fastest at boarding, but I would think that I'll never have a screw that's not fully screwed in, just nice and flush with the paper. I'll never leave screws that rack my trowel. and obviously you have the advantage if you board, because any wee bits that are bad or not fully straight, you or I previously know this, where when you're coming in and you get a mix going, you think the seam's maybe all 100%, and then you find a loose board, you have to down your trowel and get a screw gun or a hammer and nail and get that sorted. So you get a bit of an advantage when you board the ceiling, because you know what you're tackling next. Plasterers do a lot of ripping down old ceilings. That's a dirty job. I know Kirk Giordano does bits and pieces like that too on YouTube, and doesn't seem to matter what mask you wear, you always breathe some rubbish in, some lime dust, and it cuts the eyes out of you, and you're spitting it out for weeks, picking breeze blocks out of your nose. That way. But I do know I got a good present one year. It was a big, I think it's called Sinico drill. I haven't used it in a long time, but I must actually do a video on it and show you it for plasterboarding. Funny enough, it had the belt with the screws on it. It was a battery powered as well, but you know it could speed up a day of plasterboarding. Just load it up, and you maybe get 2 boards or a board and a half before you need to reload it. But a board and a half is plenty. And as you've seen from my bit of boarding, that I overscrew things other than underscrew them. I want to make sure. Don't, you know, the better you sort of tighten that ceiling up, the less chance of cracks there is. Any movement, pop holes and stuff. Less chance of a ceiling dropping on you. You don't want a head full of hard skim or wet skim. Seen that happen. Vibrations. But I'm hoping to, I said this previously as well, I have a couple of wee videos of some sort of detailed work that I did basically on a bit of board, just sort of playing with plaster, just messing about, sort of practicing a wee bit of trying to sort of create plaster art. So I might sort of get that uploaded soon as well, and get a bit of time. I'm thinking that the job we're on at the minute, this contract's sort of running its path now. I think it's maybe getting to the end. I'm not 100% sure, but I've been enjoying it. Different than the other one, learning something new every day. Sort of, it's good work. Maybe way in the future I'll be able to talk about it all. But basically, I'll be looking forward to showing my detailed work and get a couple of days off of. Actually, when the contract ends, I have a wee bit sort of already lined up. I gotta get done. First and foremost, I have work around my own house to sort of tidy up too, but I have a wee tidying job on. I think I'll upload some of that, bits and pieces of that. It's actually where I did that ceiling. I also gotta get that ceiling, what I skimmed in that job, uploaded as well. We hard to plaster ceiling. So it might be, you know, if you're a first timer, it'd be perfect for your first time ceiling. That's actually what I'm unboxing in the background, is my old Ragnar trowel, which just has a wee slight kink in it. Bit of a bugger, but I now have the black handle one, the high lift, which feels real comfortable in mind. Just talking about the fact that they have no rivets, so I can sort of repair a kink in a trowel if it's got rivets, but I don't want to knock into them ones too much to try and repair it. Might have to though, because I want to skim with it as well when it has been fully broken in now. But Just going to say there as well. Never knew you could actually do that there. You know, if you ever did come into the live stream, you can, it says skip ahead to live broadcast, just at the live button there. Obviously I don't want to click it because I don't want to knock myself off, but pardon me, they must throw you sort of away on forward to the present time that we're at. I'm not sure. I have been in live streams myself, but I've never really noticed that, so I must keep an eye open. And obviously, if you're watching now and you're watching either live or you're watching later on, don't be afraid to sort of, if there is things you want to sort of get videos on, like skimming, floating. I know DMA, my man wants some more floating. He wants to see some more straightening up. Some real hard work. Pulling a big 12-foot strays across the wall will certainly give you a bit of muscle. Not that I have much. I'm more built for marathons. Pardon me. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, the bands. I have quite a few videos of bands, cutting them out and doing them. Definitely a tricky wee job, especially obviously weather dependent, because like I said earlier, even the coins, too wet, it's not nice to cut, and too dry, it's not nice to cut. There's definitely a happy medium that way. You'll actually see, well, obviously, like I was saying before as well, that I'm going to have a job similar to this one coming up as well. We set steps, which, yeah, more like a tutorial on them. Yeah, a lot of people do bands different than me. A lot of people do the bands with buttons and stuff. I do use rules, but a lot of people batten them out and work out to the button, just fine. But I think my way is just slightly better in the fact that you're not piercing holes in your scratch code as much. You know, you're not allowing water possibly to seep in and, you know, destroy everything. But, you know, it works too, and also you don't have to, well, you might not anyway, but you don't have to grease the buttons up or anything, release agents. You can slice around them, but also I tend to find that cutting them is a real tidy job when you just cut them. Use a nice sharp crisp edge that's more waterproof than a rougher edge. I don't know if it's, see, it still takes a bit of skill to nail them on as well, to get them right. You know, if you don't nail them on right, and nails, you know yourself with buttons, when you're whacking away at something and you maybe miss the joint, the mortar joint, the batten may twist a wee bit on you or move over, so you're stuck. But then also seen people putting battens on the 2 inches, bit like I actually put the battens on for the coins and work to them, straight into them, and then I can cut out, you know, but I put them on maybe 3-4 inches wider than I need. Gives you room for mistakes, you know. But again, you still have to nail them as well. And obviously I have I can't even remember the make of my coin cutter. You're way through it. But yeah, tutorial on coins could be good. But the videos I have didn't seem to hit good views. I thought they would have actually been more popular, but I think then it's not everybody really has coin stones, and if you're not a plasterer, you probably don't even realise what they are, and you probably just think they're built into the building. But I know coin stones are much sharper finish than the concrete ones that are built in, and it's really due to the joint. It's actually probably the rule here. Straight edges, I think more or less all my straight edges were probably made from Faithful tools, and the box edge I have my big 12-foot feather edge. The 12-foot feather edge has a rounded edge on it, but I mostly use it for checking skirtings, sealing angles, and obviously angles, and especially for angles along the likes of Latin walls and up the stair string. It's more of a checker, but I have straightened walls with it, big large walls, the likes of the big horse stable type jobs, big massive walls. The bigger the wall, the bigger the edge I try to use to give you a more true reading across it. But I think they're all Faithful tools. I think the box level, because well, definitely the largest straight edge I have and the smallest one are definitely Faithful tools. And the rest are just aluminium straight edges, but I think if you go on Faithful Tools website, I think they're going to have everything to do with edges that you'll ever need, and probably decent prices as well. I'm trying to think, is there any other? The Starbies would be made from. The Starbies that would be made from. Pardon me. Marshalltown stuff, I think probably make them. See if Refina, I don't know if they have straight edges, I've never really noticed. I'm sure they do, like. I'm just gonna have a look. Don't see anything obvious. Yeah, used to sort of be a thing. Used to sort of be a wee thing you would say Good old faithful. When I was checking out the angles, would have been grab the old faithful, and obviously the lie detector. The big lie detector would be the level, which is also faithful tools. So definitely good that way. They also do floats, and all that carry on as well. But yeah, it's the coins. The video will just repeat itself, or stick something else on here in the background. Yeah, I think pretty much they've got the market on floats. But I know Refina and all the Marshalltown, they all sort of have them on their sites. Who mass produces them? Probably from China. Probably really all made from China and shipped in. I know the ones I sort of prefer, and I sort of stick to them type. And I'm not looking forward to this weather coming back in. Hopefully it doesn't. But yeah, I think this time of year is probably going to be very busy for a lot of people for work. I know here things are picking up on the sites, and prices are definitely climbing. So it's probably a better time for plasterers than the minute for Christmas, and hopefully it just continues to grow. So I think well, Faithful Tools actually got a big hoard of tools from Newman's. I actually had to sort of follow up on the straight edges, their tin snips. I still have the tin snips still going strong, the tape measure still going strong. What else? I think I got a stock brush still going strong. One of the better stock brushes I ever had was Refina, all the same. It lasted for a long time. It's done now. It's a scrubby brush now. It's completely like I left and bought in one time too long. Yeah. Skim. Is it a reskim you're doing, or what's the crack with that one? You know if this will grit it or what? PVA and skim it just. Marshalltown PermaFlex. No, heard a couple of people saying about the Marshalltown PermaFlex top trowel. But definitely I'll work away with the Refina Superflex for a while first, see how I get on. Probably do it midweek. I'll probably be using the Superflex 3. Which will mean I'll have to leave the ox trowel behind for that last hit. I don't know if I'll be able to make that leap though, because I've been loving the ox trowel for the last hit. It's given me great results. Next one, homemade grip. Can't beat a bit of a super recipe to get you on your way. I know a guy I was working with, he swore by making his own grit, a handful of sand, and he mixed PVA with he used to put some tail adhesive in, wrap set tail adhesive just to colour it, and he painted it all, but I'm not sure, I never tested that scenario out, and he swore by it, ceilings, the whole lot. To me, if I was going to do it, I'd probably nearly go full strength with the PVA and drill it and maybe put a wee cup of water in and then roller it on, and you know, if I was going to do big hits, roller that sort of mix on and then come back later. So yeah, to be honest, Marshalltown, I haven't really used Marshalltown in a long time myself. I was interested in trying to use I had some carbon steel trowels, concrete trowels and stuff. I was interested in them, but never really worked out, so I just thought, you know, stick to what I have. Yeah, if that's a bond, I would always stick to what they say. I try not to dilute mine, just if it needs a drill, give it a drill or a good stir up and paint it on. Always try and leave it overnight ahead of the game. I know guys were plastering over it straight away almost, but I think you're taking a bit of a risk that way, just in case tears underneath slides when you're giving it that hard trowel at the end. Yeah, definitely Tizak have 100%, like Spain Jackson, the Tizak range have upped the game immensely compared to what they used to be. Ragna as well. Ragna used to have these cheap trowels. I don't know why. They really are, like, you know, that's what gives DIY people a bad name, is the cheaper trowels. You know, I think people look at them and think they look the same, but the price is much cheaper. But even for a patch, they're just not going to give you that quality of a cut than a good quality trowel will. But yeah, plastering changing. Well, there's you know, we have the drills for mixing. We don't use plungers anymore. So mechanical mixing. No shovels and wheelbarrows. We can use cement mixers. We can use skim mixers. Now we got superflex, super light trowels, plastic trowels that are lighter. Definitely the game's changing a little. Still the same sort of shape trowel as has been for a long time. Not sure if the trowel will ever change shape, but it might. You know, there's still a lot of different shape trowels out there anyway. But now you got your cordless drills as well, your petrol drills, your petrol mixers, your electric mixers, your battery powered drills. There's a lot sort of changing that way. I think all these companies are looking at all the aspects of plastering. That way. Oh buddy, did you get that video up? I'm going to look right now. Ragnar has shocked me a little and stay away from those B&Q specials. Yeah, B&Q's not. B&Q need to go and invest and make some quality tools. Need to look around them and try and go for a high-end set of quality tools. The Pro Kango's okay, but it burns out. You chip a cable off, it's going to be lying in a big greasy puddle. So let me see. I gotta see Super Meat Boy's video here. Ooh. Okay, we're getting spread on, is it? Guys, just so you know what I'm talking about, MCC Super Meat Boy has a video up there, and he's using a ASP11 sprayer. So probably a pump and a sprayer here, but this shows you this is a bit of a game changer for. I think it's. What are you putting on, buddy? K-Rand? But how quick's that compared to hog and trowel? What? A lot of straightening to be done yet, but a lot of work to be done. Straightening. And then obviously if it's K-Rand, you probably score it all out the next day. Actually just looks like sand and cement though. But either way, still a lot of work left to do after you spray it all on. You'll have to talk to Refina about this and see if they want me to use theirs. Yeah, it is K-Rand. I thought it was, but it just looked a bit too creamy. Just looked a bit creamier, like sand and cement almost. Spraying on lovely, and you can tell you've done a few of these nice and even. Hog and trowel quicker than either, so less prep. I don't know, K-Rand, hog and trowel, it's sore on your arms. Yeah, oof. Sore on the mixer too. Any mixers we ever used, I think you had to put 3 bags in them, and you gotta get it out quick, because K-Rand dries quick, doesn't set quick, but it tightens up real quick, so it could be a lot of remixing. That's a nice video, boy. Thumbs up from me anyway. Nice. So no, I have the only machine I have is the green machine, which mixes. Here's a machine, an eating machine of ice cream, but I was trying to get a spare pump machine for a job that I did before. That's, every time I talk, I remind myself of videos that I haven't even uploaded yet. I sort of need to get on lazy. It's just with the hours we're putting in here at this job, 12-hour shifts, I don't get time, and do the live streams very lazy. It's easy for me. I can come on, talk directly to you all, just put some footage on the background of some old jobs done. Don't really need to sort of prep anything, but yeah, thanks. I'll take the machine as a compliment. but no, I think Refina were talking about a pump, so they were. Big talk. If they send me a pump, I'll do probably about 200 videos with me using it, which will probably be 200 houses. I think I would keep the pump for K-Rain, but tell me this, Super Meat Boy, what's that machine like for sand cement? For inside, is it too awkward getting it in with all the hoses? Is it easier to set up outside with the likes of the scaffold? You know, you have a bit more room. Definitely, guys, if you should all pop in and have a wee look at that video. He's pretty neat with the pump as well, so would make life easier when you come to straighten. The neater you are. I've seen guys with K-Rain as well that when they're spraying it on and straightening up, they always left to be dropping a bucket up there and just help fill slacks and stuff. Here's the thing too, do you use a derby? I bet you use a derby to straighten in your K-Rain and get it all flattened. ASP11. I know K-Rain have a lot of sort of pumps and stuff, so rotor pump and hoppers. I have actually used compressors a lot, but for like stitching, I just use a straight edge to straighten it. Would you ever try it, Darby? Just wondering. Straight edges work, you know, but I was just thinking Darby might give you a bit more grip because you're doing you're probably hitting the whole house in one pop. That way. I think Refina's pump could fit in the back of a van. You don't need to trailer it. You know, they're small. The ones I'm looking at here are a lot smaller. They've got wheels, but then, you know, you gotta maybe have a man there constant getting it into that there. The hopper, plasters and cones. Just sort of looking through Refina's site here. You're saying that one's not great for cement. Probably because you probably need to be too wet to see you can afford to go. Yeah, give it a wee thought, man. Anyway, you know, you might because it can flatten it in pretty well too. Although a good feather edge, I can leave a wall pretty nice with a good feather edge. Equally so with a box edge as well, floor screen edge. But yeah, you probably not great for sand cement unless it's warm. Maybe, you know, you can maybe afford to make a wetter mix and spray on a lot of area. Definitely. But you know, if you do try it at the Derby, make another video and show me you getting a couple of them wee bays straightened up. Definitely, just to see how it comes in. I haven't actually used the Derby on. Or no, I tell a lie. I have used the Derby on K-Rain. It wasn't bad. My mate Emmett had a Derby. I'm pretty sure we used it in K-Rain, especially for reveals and stuff. Pretty similar to the sort of speed skim idea. I use speed skim, believe it or not, on K-Rain. I'm not sure you've seen that wee video where I kind of straighten and flatten it at the same time. But I know you probably know this well yourself anyway. But to keep it fat over the beads. But K-Rain's nice when it's done, but straightening it out's a bit of a nightmare. Yeah, Kirk Giordano loves the Derby. He loves the Go Devil as well. I think he designed and made that tool. I'm not sure. It's like a hawk trowel. It's a bit like a plasterer's rule, really, you know, a busk, a big metal sort of cotton busk as well. A Russian guy as well, a long time ago, he sent me something that sort of was like a Go Devil, had wee handles and stuff, and you scooped it straight in and you just pasted it on the wall. Looked a wee bit handy, but Hawk and Trowel has been around for place work, lash it on. Hawk and Trowel's been around for a long time. It's going to be hard to replace them with one tool. People used to have them in 2 arms go. I know in most parts of Europe guys do use spatulas a lot too, but they made favourite. I wonder, you're bound to have seen the Monaghan crack, Super Meat Boy. All that gypsum we were using up is making the ground fall under us. Definitely in the papers, like. That was some crack, wasn't it? Literally. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure whether the mine was nearby. Obviously, it was like a landfill, but they never filled it properly. But definitely, it wouldn't be something you'd want to be driving on when that happened, or walking about there. Imagine metal detecting beside that, and you went down the hole. That's what I was thinking. I was actually thinking run down and getting a metal detector around them cracks and see what's about, you know. But not sure it would get anything. Probably just fall on in. Boom boom. Right, well guys, definitely gonna do another wee quick live stream tomorrow night. So hope you all got a bit of time to catch that one. And obviously if you're not live and you're watching this, you'll know that you'll have other chances to get on live, but thanks for watching as always guys. I appreciate the support, and hopefully you just get a chance to nip on tomorrow.